It just means the world to us. I mean, ever since we've won our first one, each year recruiting, uh, getting people noticing, our program, the school, it's just helped it tremendously. It's making my job a lot easier.
You're certainly no stranger to the Lone Star Conference. Ran at East Central and then went on to Texas Arlington. Tell us a little bit about your background in cross country and running.
Well, I got my undergrad degree at East Central University, and I ran 4 years there. Was part of some great teams, a national qualifying team where we placed 11th my junior year, and loved every minute of it. Ada, Oklahoma is a great town, and just made a lot of really good friends there at East Central. And then I had a semester of eligibility left in track and field, and so I started my master's degree at the University of Texas Arlington, and enjoyed every bit of it. I love the sport. One of the reasons why I love the sport is because hard work can beat talent any day, and that's one of the reasons why I love it.
Then you got into coaching. Obviously, that's a big love for the sport. Did you see the success, particularly after your first year here, kind of having to walk into a situation that wasn't necessarily your own?
I knew Midwestern had the talent and the capabilities and the resources to be successful. I just didn't think it was going to happen this early. But that's helpful. With the people that we're surrounded by, our administration, the campus, our president, our athletic director. So it's a surprise, but then again, it's not a surprise. And there's no better place than Midwestern State.
Obviously 3 years ago, there weren't too many people talking about Midwestern cross country, and really went into that year, won the conference championship, and then on into regionals and nationals. Pretty exciting and surprising year. I mean, it definitely wasn't what you were expecting, was it?
No, no, and I think that's what made it an even more memorable season. Because we flew under the radar the whole year. I believe that year in '08 we were picked to get eighth in the conference, and when you're picked eighth to get in the conference, and we're 15th in the nation, at the end of the season, it's pretty neat. That opened up a lot of people's eyes, especially in the community, and now people are starting to notice that we have a cross country program, and that thing we had huge attendance at both of our home meets this year, and so it's bringing a lot of excitement to the program, and the team loves it, and we're just looking to build year after year on it, and in the famous quote by Vince Lombardi, winning is a habit, and Midwestern State Cross Country has a good habit going on right now.
Yeah, we're discussing this in times during the year where, and even today, where you had totally different teams each of the last 3 years. Hadn't necessarily been just one class carrying the whole thing through. Kind of talk about this year, where you have your one returner returning Lone Star Conference Runner of the Year, Sydney Cole. What is her role on the team, and then we'll talk about the rest.
Sydney's a great team captain. She's the ideal student athlete. She's great in the classroom. She's a great leader, very vocal. I mean, you can see her in the middle of a hard workout. She's running up front and almost kind of running backwards and during the workout, yelling at the other girls words of encouragement, saying, "Come on, let's go." And you couldn't ask for a better student athlete and a better captain leading your team.
Your number one runner throughout the year has been Marcia Motava.
Bercia, again, is a great lead runner. Her and Sydney work well together. She likes to go off a little hard at the beginning of the races, and Sydney's a fast closer, so they definitely work well with each other in the race. When Sydney catches up to her, definitely helps Bercia along towards the end. And that works all the way down to Ashley Flores and Janelle Campbell and Kara Mack, who are three freshmen this year, who have really came on really strong and has surprised a lot of people being in the top five. But then we have Bailey Delaney, who's a senior, and Melody Caldwell, who's a sophomore, and Lindsay Pate, a junior, and it just goes on down the line. We have a lot of depth, and that's a good thing for our team because once one person has an off day, there's someone there right behind them to pick them up. So
Going into regionals now, what do you need to do to advance to your second national?
we need to place in the top three. And right now we're ranked second in the region, but with the MIAA, the Lone Star, and Heartland, it's a very tough region. at one point during the season we had 5 teams nationally ranked in our region, and only top 3 go. So it's a tough region. Everybody says the RMAC is one of the toughest regions in our conferences in the nation, and that Mountain West is a tough region. But the South Central is just as tough. With Missouri Southern, who was third last year, and now you have Pitt State and Truman State, us, Dallas Baptist. It's on any given day, anybody can win this region, and hopefully at the end of the day, it's us.